Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Camille and today, you guys already guessed it, we are talking about thumbnails. If you want videos to get views, it's really important what your thumbnail is because that's what people see when they click on your video. So anyways, I'm not a super expert at thumbnails. I've just learned how to use my phone and use some like photoshopping techniques, like the easier way on my phone, all for free, and I just thought I would share my tips with you guys. I definitely don't know everything about thumbnails, and also I've seen some people who have really cool like writing on their thumbnails, or they know how to like blur photos together, which I don't know how to do that, but I wish I did. But I'm just going to share with you guys kind of how I do my thumbnails. So if you like how I do them, or if you want to learn some like secret like how to Photoshop without Photoshop kind of tips, then definitely keep watching. So I think I'm just going to take you through the process of editing a thumbnail and like kind of explain it to you. So hold on, I need to screen record this. So let's say I'm going to do this photo from my last video because I made a thumbnail for my last video. Basically all I did to get it here was I was working on iMovie and I just hovered over the part of the video that I wanted to select, and then I clicked export image, and then I just airdropped it to my phone. But I'm sure you could like email it to yourself or something like that. And if you're already on iMovie, I don't know if you can do that on the iMovie app. You might be able to, and then you can just pull out a photo clip, but I think it's a lot better than just like screenshotting the video because then it's a little bit higher quality. Anyways, so first things first, I go to Lightroom because it's a little dark, obviously, so let's do that. This is literally where all my thumbnails are. So click plus from camera roll. Okay, so now we're in Lightroom. So the first thing that I do is I don't press auto. I mean, I used to, but I more just like adjust exposure. I usually make them brighter because my camera settings are usually dark. I reduce the contrast, highlights, just kind of mess around with it until I think it looks good. I mean, obviously you can have your own like preset that you want to put on it, or your own like specific way of editing, however you want like the style or like the like filter of your photo to look, or like the colors of your photo to look. You can kind of change it to whatever your brand image is, but I don't really have like a preset or anything, so I just kind of like mess with it. And then a thing that I've been doing, honestly, I'm not a pro photo editor, so this part I'm not going to be very educated on, but I've been going to the grading section. Also, this app is free, by the way, and I've just been going around the circle until I find one of the colors that like looks best with the photo. I know it looks like film when you do that one, but I just like kind of, normally I do like yellow so it looks like a little more like oranges, I think is what I do, and I kind of just add some more like color and texture to it. I don't know guys, I just kind of mess with it. Oh, this looks really orange. Oh my gosh, hold on a second. Okay, so now basically all I've done is, it does look a little orange, sorry, but it looks a little orange. Anyways, I'm trying to do this kind of fast so that I don't have to like sit here for a while, but basically I just like fix the lighting and then I'll export that to my camera roll, obviously. Next step is in doodle. So this app is free. Again, all of these apps are free, but basically what I do is, this is my way to like blur out whatever I want to blur out or like cover things. So all I do is I go on the bottom, there's like this blur tool, and I just select it. Obviously you can change how big it is and the intensity, and then I just go and I blur everything out in the background. And this changes it so much because it helps people to focus on the parts of your thumbnail that are actually important, number one. And number two, it makes it look like you have a higher quality camera because it looks like your background's blurred out. So then say another thing that I kind of do, which is kind of, it's not really Photoshop, but if something is really like drastic in the background, I'm gonna use this as an example, but I wouldn't normally like blur this out. I don't think I did, but I'll go in with my brush and I'll use the pick tool and I'll choose the color that's next to it, and then I just like color over it. I mean, obviously this isn't going to work because the way above is the wall, but then you can just kind of like blur it out without even like, you can like color over it. I do this on walls sometimes when there's like stuff on the wall that I want to get rid of. Okay, so this one is not very good. Honestly, I've done it. Let's see, what if we like blur this part? Oh yeah, and then if you blur it into the background, if you really look deeply at some of my thumbnails, you can tell I did this to them, but a lot of them you can't really tell. So that's another tip, to like move something out or to get rid of something in the background that you don't have to like pull it out with Photoshop and like fix a patch or something like that. And another thing that I like to do sometimes is like outline myself. So then I'll just go into brush and I'll turn it all the way to size 1 and I select white, and then I'll just go and trace the whole thing. So I'll zoom in and I'll trace. I'm not doing a very good job today, sorry. Okay, so you guys kind of get the idea. The more you zoom in, the easier it is to be more exact, but it definitely like emphasizes a specific like part of your photo. Obviously I didn't do this when I actually posted the thumbnail because I didn't think like I didn't think the computer went like good with like the outlining of the person. I didn't know how to do that. But also this is the app that I write in on my thumbnails. I know people use iPads and stuff, and I do have an iPad and an Apple Pen, but I mostly just use this. So I'll just like zoom in really close. And honestly, I think I do it more like with a brush size like 2, 3, depending on where I'm writing, and then that's how I just wrote like zoom. And the closer you zoom in, the easier it is to make your handwriting look good, and just with practice, like your handwriting gets better. The one problem with this app is that you can't really erase, oh no, I'm writing too big. Anyways, you can't really erase it because like then it erases the background too. But again, sorry, I know I'm not doing the best job on this thumbnail because I'm trying to show you guys all the features, but like then you can just write on it like that. You can even put like an arrow in it, or you can put like little raindrops on it like this and then just fill them in. You're gonna do raindrops. You can literally put anything you want. You just like kind of doodle on it. Obviously it's you doodle. So another app that I use, which is kind of where I do some more like fake photoshopping, is Pixar. And this app is super cool for any type of photo editing. Literally it like has so many cool features and stickers and all of that. So in here, so look, you can even see so many examples right here of like all the different cool things you can do with it. There's literally so many options, and it's kind of like its own like community in itself because people can post artwork on there and like win challenges and stuff. I've never actually done that, but so let's go to the image without the drawing on it just because I already did a lot to that image. So in this app you can also go to effects, and then you can do blur as well, and then you can erase like the part you don't want to be blurred, like yourself, out of it. Oh, you just press check, and then you can change the blur amount on it, and you can change like the fade and all of that stuff. So you can pretty much mess with it. Also, there's a bunch of different filters you can put on it. Like I think these are like the film one looks really cool. You can make a whole like film photo, or you can just put none and then you just press apply. There's also a sticker feature, and this is the feature I use all the time. Basically, they have so many options. Like yes, they have premium ones because I think there's a paid version of it, but there's so many free stickers. Literally anything you want to look up, you can look up like YouTube and go. Then that's how you get like a YouTube logo, and then you can just click on it and then you put it, you put it in the photo somewhere. You can change the size of it. You can put a filter on the sticker, you can change the colors, you can add a border, you can change how big the border is. Hold on, what did I do to this? None, apply, blend. Here you go, back to normal. So you can put a border on it. I usually put white on it, and then you can put a shadow on it as well. And you can adjust like the actual colors of the sticker to make it more match your photo, and then you just press apply. The problem is when you press apply at the very last time, it kind of like sticks it there and you have to redo it if you press apply and like you don't like it. So that's it's a little bit sticky, but other than that it's really fun. It has a lot of options. Another thing, basically this is how I do what I would like to call fake Photoshop. Basically there's this cutout feature, and this has literally been life-saving. So whenever I want to put myself on a different background, for example like my how to start a YouTube channel video, I cut myself out of a photo of myself in my room and I put my sticker on top of a computer screen all about YouTube, and that's basically how you like cut yourself out. So I'm going to show you right now. This is literally like the best thing I've ever learned, and basically this is why I don't need Photoshop. Obviously it's definitely a little sticky and tricky, and it isn't exactly like Photoshop, and it's definitely not as like professional, or it doesn't look as great as Photoshop, but it works and it's so easy on a budget. So all you're gonna do is you're gonna click, you can either click outline. If you have a very obvious person, I don't know if it's gonna do this, but you can click person and then it will cut it out for you. So it did like an okay job. Say if I want to also cut out my computer, then I just restore this area. Hold on, this might take a little while. Sometimes you have to be really precise with this because it's kind of difficult to get it exactly where you want it, but in the end it's all worth it when you cut out the exact right sticker. Okay, so that's, I'm going to say, good enough for the purpose of this video, and you're just going to press save, and ta-da, I messed up the computer a little bit. But anyways, so you're just going to press save, and it's going to save to your camera roll, but you actually have to use this app to put it on top of something else. This photo looks cool. Obviously it doesn't really work with what I'm doing, but it's cool. So then you're going to go back into stickers. So obviously you have all the suggested stickers, all the searchable stickers. Now you're going to go down to, those are all your recents. You're going to go down to collections, and then there's this little locked collection with all your stickers in it, and you're just going to click it, and then you click the sticker that you just made, and there you go. It's now on top of the other picture. How crazy is that? And you can again change the lighting of the photo. You can add a border, you can add a shadow, you can add a whatever you want. But there you go. Now I'm in the middle of the ocean with my laptop. So yeah, it's super easy, honestly, and it's so much fun. I think there's so many features that I haven't even explored on this app. Like you can add a photo into it, so I could go in and add my new like logo thing in the corner, and I can just add that on top and put that in. Literally, there's so many features that it's like such a fun app to explore. Just spend your time like looking at and learning how to use, so I would highly recommend it. Next, and the last app, which I use so much, it's not even funny. This is called Fonto. Okay, I'm back. Somehow actually I know how. I ran out of recording time. Anyways, so back to Fonto, which is like my favorite font app on the planet. Basically when you go into Fonto, you're just gonna like add your photo to the Fonto dashboard, and it's pretty straightforward. I mean, you just press like add new photo, and then you just click on the photo and it says add text, and you click on that, and then you can choose the font that you want your text to be and kind of like the style you want it to be. A little secret here that I did not know about for so long is that you can actually download cooler text into Fonto. All you have to do is go to this one website and you basically like download it into your Fonto app, and it gives you all the aesthetic like trending fonts, because when you first download the app, Fonto just gives you like the basic, like, you know, just the bare minimum. But I highly recommend looking on that website and finding a cool font, because it will give you, number one, a more unique font, number two, a more like fun trendy font, and something that you more like want to use. So I would highly recommend looking for that. Again, when you're making titles in Fonto, you really want to think about like what is going to draw someone's attention. Obviously this is like marketing. Again, like thumbnail is how you get people to click on your videos, so catchy phrases, catchy words, catchy like things. I'm trying to give you guys a good example because I'm not like great at this, but like I can't believe this, or like I don't want to make like, you don't want to make clickbait either though. Like that's a big thing too, is you don't want to make your video clickbait, because people just won't like your content if you're always like clickbaiting them and telling them something that didn't happen. But you still want to make like the most like presentable version of the content that you have, I guess, and give your content the best shot. I'm trying to think of like a positive one, or like, wow, I actually love it, or like something like that that makes people like curious about like the storyline or like what happens, and it adds like dimension to the thumbnail. Because a lot of times people don't even look at your like description, they just look at the thumbnail and then they click on it. So that's something to be aware of. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward, and then you can just go to YouTube Studio if you want to upload your thumbnail right on your phone, and then you just like click edit video, and then you click on the video again to edit it, and then you click on the thumbnail, and then you can just upload your thumbnail right there without having to like transfer it back to your computer, or like vice versa. And anyways, I hope this helped with some of like the secrets of how to edit thumbnails. A lot of it is just like how you word things, and like obviously making sure your video, like your thumbnail has light, like it's not like a dark thumbnail, and they can tell what's going on. They kind of get the gist of your video and the story that you're telling. So yeah, I'm no expert, but I hope this kind of helped you to get your channel started, or inspired you to work on your thumbnails, or just gave you insight on some things that I've learned over the years. I've only been doing this for like a year and a half, but yeah. Alright, so yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye.